Salutations to all who are awaiting. I wanted to speak about something, bro. Just do it. And if you know what I mean by saying that, then this is for you. Just do it. Just do it. Many aren't gonna understand the path that God has put you on. Many will come against you for the path that God has put you on. Many will question you as you walk this path that God has put you on. But you have to be more solid than the naysayers of this world. People don't understand why God chose you. Shit, you might not even understand why God chose you. But you must walk the path. Despite what comes against you, despite who comes against you, despite whatever may come against you, despite if the whole world come against you, you must honor God and walk His path. Just do it. Just do it. Don't question the path that God has put you on. I know at times you contemplate and you feel crazy doing the things you do, going out and praying for people, casting out demons, abolishing idol worshiping, destroying statues, destroying tarot cards, destroying evil eyes. People might look at you like you're crazy, but in reality, I say that they're the crazy ones for not seeing that their whole lives have been surrounded around evil. For them not having the aptitude to see this. Because when you see it, you start to question. You start to be like, damn, how do people not see this, bro? And it's like right in their faces, like right there. How do people not see this? How do people not see the spiritual wickedness? How do people not adapt? How do people not have the discernment to see through the illusions that this world has casted upon them? Because verily, to tell you the truth, this world is mired in an illusion. This world is a world of indoctrination. They want to keep you asleep from discovering the divine powers that God has implemented inside of you. The only way to access these beautiful abilities and powers is under the tutelage and the guidance and the teachings of God. But what does this world do? It steers you away from those teachings. It makes you feel that everybody that's walking that path is a lunatic, crazy, misguided. And I'll be honest, a person might even be poorer than you. But I tell you, verily, verily, I tell you, that person is richer. That person is richer than you. Because that person has the jewels, treasures, and the precious stones of God given to him by God, stored in his treasure house, which is his heart. That man right there has true treasures. We're here pondering and working our lives away. But now I ask you, what are we working for? Right? What is the goal? Right? Because when you work for something, you work towards something. You work towards a goal, towards an end line, towards a finished product. What do we work so hard for? Who do we work so hard for? Why do we work so hard for these establishments? The society has been orchestrated for survival needs. They keep us so busy in our daily work lives that it's impossible. I'm gonna say it again, it's impossible to look up and see God. They make us gods of ourselves, right? They cast this false illusion that I make money and I can solve all my problems. There's not one problem I cannot solve without money. And there might be some truth to that. You might be right upon that. But money doesn't solve the true problem. What we truly came to this world to work towards. Money cannot buy God's favor, cannot buy God's teachings, cannot buy God's gold, jewels. Those are the true treasures. Those are the things that us as a society need to be working for. That's the gift that gives upon itself. The gift that keeps multiplying upon itself. The talent that multiplies upon itself without measure. People think that the story of the talents is a story of monetary value, right? But I tell you this, story of the talents is a story of people in this world not using the talents that God gave you. So you go about your life, right? You make a hole, you bury the talent that God gave you. You never multiply upon the talent that God gave you. You never give that talent to others so they may discover their talents and flourish. So then that unique talent, it could have been one talent, that unique talent that God has put upon you, you wasted it, you squandered it, you threw it away at the wayside. You didn't even care about it. You just acknowledged this world over God's true kingdom and world. So then when you die and God tells you, what have you done with the life I gave you? What are you going to tell him? Ask yourself this. What are you going to tell him? You're going to tell him, oh, my whole life I was just working hard, making a lot of money and building upon what I had. Yeah, God's going to say, yeah, that's all fine, but did you build upon my kingdom? Did you use the true monetary talent that I implemented in your heart? Did you use that to build the blocks of my kingdom? Did you fortify my kingdom in any way? Did you instill people with the knowledge of my kingdom? What are you going to tell God? At that point, it's too late. At that point, everything is decided. Because you have decided everything. The reward system of this world is opposite to the reward system that God has implemented. The reward system of this world is you work hard enough, you do hard enough, you try hard enough, and you could have all the riches of the world, right? It's the same thing that the devil told Jesus upon the high place. Told him, all the kingdoms of this world will be yours if you just fall and bow to me. And a lot of people right now don't realize it, but they have fallen and they have bowed and they have made the devil their king, the devil their father. Sometimes there's a bigger reward for doing things without money than doing them for money. And only the real are going to understand this. Like it says in Isaiah, you will free my people without money and without price. Right? That's why I'm not lying. At times it offends me when I see pastors, priests, and all these godly people take the money of the people. You get me? It's another thing if a person comes and gives it to you willingly. But now it's another thing that if you exceed it from the person. You get me? So what are we doing? Are we not liberating people for without money and without price? Because God did that for us. Salvation is a gift that is free of God to everybody. And then we don't value the things that were given to us freely. And the things that are given to us freely are the things that are invaluable, that you can't put a price on. Life is given to you freely. You can't put a price on life. A spirit is given to you freely. You can't put a price on the spirit. Think about it. I'm preaching today, but I'm going in today. And this world teaches you to kick aside the person who has true wisdom, true riches, and acknowledge the person who is spiritually dead, spiritually poor, flesh eating away at him, spirit malnourished. They teach you to consider that person over the person who could speak life into you and save your life. It's crazy to me, but which is crazy, what I'm about to say. But it's not. A homeless person to me is worth more than 10 rich men. And I'll tell you why. That homeless person knows God so intimately because he had no choice in his life but to gather himself to God. And he knows God so intimately that homeless person is rich. It's richer than the rich man. Just look at the story of the rich man and Lazarus, where the poor man his whole life was under the table of Lazarus, the rich man, eating his scraps, right? Not once did Lazarus say, hey, why don't you abode with me? Or hey, not once did the rich man comfort Lazarus, which is the poor man. Not once did he tell him, hey, here's a plate of food. You don't got to eat the scraps. What are you doing? Or hey, what are you doing on the ground? Let me exalt you. Come up in here with me. Right? Now, once that happened for Lazarus, when they die, right? The rich man is in hell and Lazarus is in heaven. And then he tells Lazarus, oh, come and dip your finger in the water and come, so I could at least get a taste of the water, because in hell there is no water. Water is a divine trait or quality of God. There is no water in hell. So he's telling him that, literally still thinking. Look how far I'm gonna break this down. Literally still thinking that the poor man served him. But little does he know that the poor man was there to save him the whole time. Poor man was there to lift him, to open his eyes. And he was so blinded by the riches of the world and so closed, his eyes were so closed, that he never opened his eyes to see that that poor man was actually the rich man there to save him. So then he's calling out, Father Abraham, please, send Lazarus so he could, dip his finger in the water and give me some. And he's telling him, I tell you that in your life you were comforted, and Lazarus in his life suffered. So now at the end of your life, you're being tortured in agony, and Lazarus is being comforted. And that goes deep, because that's Father Abraham telling the rich man. And look how it just says the rich man. God doesn't even acknowledge his name. You don't even know what the rich man's name is, because that's just a title, the rich man and Lazarus. That just comes to show you that the rich man had an opportunity to make things right in the eyes of God, to flip the nature of the things of this world, to correct. But riches of the world blinded him so much that he didn't see the true riches of God right in front of him. It's crazy. And a lot of us are living that way. I used to live that way a lot. Don't get me wrong, I would always bless and look after the homeless. But in some type of, and people know this when I'm speaking about it, but in some type of aspect, you feel like you're better than that homeless person. But in God's eyes, we're all equal. There's no rich, no poor, no bond, no free, no slave, no liberated. There is no colors. God doesn't see colors. God isn't a respecter of men, but he does favor them. He does favor the select. And little do you know, in God's eyes, Lazarus, which is a poor man, was way more richer than the rich man. Ow, that hurts. And this is to people in general. Just have a heart for other people. Look unto other people. Be kind to other people. He who is abased shall be exalted, and he who is exalted shall be abased. Food for thought, word for thought, love for thought. Treat others the way you want to be treated. That's as simple as it gets. Love one another as I've loved you. Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Tune in now.